Hi, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday, March the 9th, 2026. And wow. That's what I wrote in the title of this webcast. Just wow. Yeah, long overdue. Well, not really. We're not supposed to have too much in the way of warmth this early or late in the winter, early in the spring. Matters your perspective, of course. But boy, it's been a rough ride. Cold, snow, wind chills, Arctic blasts. Ugh. And today, we collectively just shake it off. Sorry, Taylor Swift. We shake it off. We enjoy the warmth of the sunshine. Some of you felt it yesterday. I get it. Western Connecticut was nicest. But the weekend really wasn't that great. But today and tomorrow look awesome. I mean, really, again, much deserved is the way I'm looking at it. And climatologically speaking, this happens every March at some point. Sometimes it's sustained, and sometimes we say goodbye to snow threats. We're seeing our snow, of course, disappear off yards. The snow piles are going to be around a while, right? Those huge ones that the plows, they pile up into those huge mounds around the parking lots and ends of some roads. But overall, we're seeing a pretty fast melt. Now, my weather watcher in New Milford, Walter, I think I have the picture here of his property, and he's in a shady part. Now, when I say shady, I mean the sun gets blocked by the trees. There's no shady section of New Milford, of course, but that limits the sun's effectiveness. So he still has 8 to 10 inches of snowpack. I'm losing mine really fast. Like yesterday, I did what I said I would do a couple weeks ago. I was sick last week. On Saturday, I took my snowblower out and I snowblowed a big square. And with the melting that took place and the rain that came through Saturday night, I had a beautiful area of dead grass and a little bit of mud. And I put the fire pit right in the middle, put a couple of indoor-outdoor carpets away from the fire pit, of course, a couple chairs. Sat out there yesterday, and even though it was only about 55 degrees out, it felt nice just to enjoy the fresh air. Now, you can do that today and tomorrow, and I don't feel bad having a fire pit. I mean, my yard is mud, and there's no fire, concerns, at least in the short term. But as we get deeper into the spring with windy and warm conditions, we'll, of course, be careful with said fire pits. It's contained in a, metal, fire pit. Don't get on me about fire safety. But it's one of my favorite things to do is to sit outside and just enjoy, right? It's so nice. But how long does it last? That's the question I ask in the body of this post. So let's talk. Rundown today. The rundown shows the fact that it is spring fling numero uno. Well, we'll have more, and they'll be interrupted by chill. But for now, this is spring fling number 1. It's going to be warm today and warmer tomorrow. Don't get used to it. When I looked at that at first, I thought I spelled something wrong. Don't get used to it. It never lasts that long in March. And this time around, there'll be a definitive cooling trend felt mostly by Friday, but a slow kind of deterioration to our warmth as we go Wednesday through Thursday. But today, tomorrow, and Wednesday do look unusually mild. So we've got some good stuff. Oh, I always get behind that little banner that some of you probably see up above. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you had a nice weekend. I was in total recovery mode. Sinus infection just knocked me out. Felt it Wednesday. You heard it on Wednesday. And I think it was Wednesday night, Thursday night, and I think Friday night I slept 12 to 14 hours each night. It's one way to beat a cold. I know everyone has their use honey, take zinc, drink orange juice. I get it all. But for me, sometimes sleep is the almighty elixir because for most of my life, I haven't slept. Live pictures come to us from Bridgeport. Look at those skies. Now, you will notice I feel like there's always a headline from the National Weather Service. Like, we can't just have nice things. It's beautiful in Bridgeport. Notice right by the horizon, though, a slight bit of smog. Now, we're in a position where when there's a the southwest breeze, especially southwest, it carries up low-level pollutants from this place called New York City, New Jersey, and we get a little bit of low-level moisture, low-level pollution. If you're someone who is extremely sensitive to such things, you should definitely take some precautions. For most of us, it's the nicest day we've had in a long, long time, so I'm not going to say don't go out. But if you're very sensitive, asthma, emphysema, the stresses are there, and they're there, and they can be there quite often. We go to Mystic. How about that? No wind, bright sunshine. This is as nice as it'll be because once the breezes start to kick in, you'll cool off notably. Like in Mystic, it might be 48 later. Might be 48 now. It'd be 68 in Hartford, 48, and you go out by the water and the breeze is right off the sound and the sound is cold and it feels like the upper 30s. It can feel like that. Now, when the sun's out, it helps a little bit, but there's actually is a little bit of a wind chill or it feels like temperature issue right at the water's edge. It's part of living at the Connecticut shoreline year round. You get the ups and downs. Unbelievable in the summer, right? Comfortable, boating, whatever, great restaurants. But in the spring, you do get gypped a little bit of the warmth. But that's the trade-off. That's the way it goes. Still nice. Smelling that sea air, that beautiful air by the sound. Now, this morning, it was an interesting one. We had 20s, 30s, and 40s for overnight lows. And even my Ridgefield weather watcher, Kate, checked in with a 51-degree reading, like before sunrise. It was wild. Cold air is dense and heavy. It settles into the valleys. So in the Connecticut River Valley, it was 28 in Hartford, but atop Avon Mountain, it was like 45. So yes, we had wide-ranging temperatures early this morning. And there were a few slippery spots because when you melt snow, it turns to water. Water turns to ice when the temperature is below 32. We all know that by now. Here's your current temperature setup. What is going on in Chester? I'm convinced the thermometer at Chester Airport must get hit by the morning sunshine. The low-angle sun hits the thermometer because, Norfolk is 51 in Norfolk. Put that in your coffee and drink it. 51 in the icebox of Connecticut. 54 in Tolland. The hills are alive with the sound of spring. Birds are chirping. And by the way, a few days of southwest breezes will bring in migrating birds faster than usual. They may not be very happy they're migrating early because we will chill out, but birds are tough. They're pretty cool. They're very resourceful, but you might get some different birds at your feeders, and you got to bring your feeders in soon because we're seeing all sorts of videos of the bears coming back out of their dens. The bears are coming out of their dens and they're hungry and they want your garbage can and they want your bird seed because that is the easiest meal for them to find. They don't want to work very hard for their meals. So bird feeders, you're on borrowed time if you want to keep your bird feeder until next season because the bears will destroy it. I'm a bird nerd and I know how that goes. So there's your current temperatures. Right now we have 30s, 40s, and 50s. Hello, Greenwich, showing off at 54. I wonder, I said this on TV just off the top of my head, which is where most of my terms and questions come. Anybody know of and this is a stretch because we've had so much snow on the ground, but could there be a golf course that opens? The one that comes to mind always is Shinnecossett out in Groton because of where they sit, but they had a lot of snow on the ground recently, so they may be too wet. They might still have snow on the ground. I don't know the exact situation, but do you know of a golf course? I say it comes from Greenwich because Lower Fairfield County and Westchester County golf courses are open year-round quite often, and there may be a golf course here or there that is open. Some people run to the Cape, but the Cape got buried in 2 feet of snow not that long ago, so we're still dealing with snow. Okay, go to Myrtle Beach, go to Hilton Head, go to Florida. I get it. Okay. So current temperatures are quite nice. Ugh. Sometimes I don't even want to look at the comments. I just don't. I looked over and I wish I hadn't. We do not know what's going to happen by the end of the month. Just stop. Stop looking at social media weather. Unless it's from a very, very trusted source. You like weather because you're watching this feed. But if you scroll through your scroll, you're going to see stuff. And honestly, I'm kind of shocked by some of the meteorologists that are posting stuff like, oh, I don't know why that happened. Posting 10 and 20 day snowfall maps make absolutely zero sense, but people are asking about it. So I digress. The first sunset of daylight saving time was stunning. Across most of the state, we had hues of orange and pink. And even later in the sunset, my yard had this really weird pink hue going. It was really awesome. I'm trying to go to bed. The sunset's later. The house is lit up in this cool pink shade. It was awesome. Walter from New Milford, the aforementioned weather watcher, and you see the extensive snowpack on the bottom of the screen there that he still has. Because again, if there's a shady part of New Milford, Walter lives there. I kid, of course. Tom got this great shot from Old Mystic. Is that how they spell Old Mystic? I thought it was O-L-E. Old Mystic. Old Mystic. I don't know. His email came in with a D. What a beautiful pink glow and an orange fiery sky. Red sky at night. Sailor's delight as our clearing came in from the west. Okay, let's talk weather. Let's go meteorology and let's go full screen. And let's analyze what the European forecast model sees for high temperatures. Oh, yes. Look at the first couple days. Wednesday, still mild with southerly breezes out ahead. This is for interior Connecticut. Out ahead of a cold front, we have mild temperatures. Along the cold front, still mild on Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What happens? What happens? Oh no. What happens? The temperature drops like a rock. It's Friday. But then Saturday, that March sunshine comes out, and we bounce back. But then another system comes in and we cool off yet again. It's only in the low 40s. People are upset. Then we might have a little bounce back, but look what happens. Oh no, free falling temperatures. St. Patrick's Day, the day after St. Patrick's Day, the day after St. Patrick's Day. This is hideous. No golf, no pickleball outside. It's hideous. And that's what March does. March giveth this week and taketh next week. No bueno. Now the question, of course, can it snow? I personally don't think that's funny, but some people do. So, okay. That's just enough laughter, all right? Enough of the laugh. Oh, okay. Jeez. Enough of that. That's some of the things we're looking at, okay? So first up, warmth. Enjoy every stinking second of it. If I had a get out of work pass, I'd give it to you. None of this is going to last very long. The one thing that we can say, though, is that the snow will melt off of your yard, and that'll happen sort of quickly. It's happening already. Drip, drip, drip down the gutter is what I hear. My barn roof just drips and drips and drips and drips. Visible satellite imagery shows there are a few clouds across northern New England, but boy, would it be some great spring skiing in Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire. Yeah, soft snow, spring conditions. You wait out the first couple hours when there's some ice. If I skied, I would have called in sick and gone to Killington. Yeah, if I skied. I used to. I don't anymore. So how are we doing? Last winter, 21.7 inches of a feeble winter. This winter, better. 52.7 inches as of this morning. A departure of 8.1 from the 30-year average of just under 45 inches of snow. So we're running above average. The question, of course, will we add to that? The answer is usually yes, and we might. Current temperatures are all over the place. There's that 51 in Norfolk, 39 in Sharon, just 38 in North Canaan. It's 48 in New Hartford, but down the hill into Simsbury, the temperature drops to 37. Then you come up Avon Mountain, it's 45. That Avon Mountain temperature has been 45 like all night. I'm starting to wonder about the sensor. Rockville, I believe that thermometer gets hit by the sun, so 55. Well, it's 36 in Union. The frost is starting to melt as you look at Union and Staffordville and Woodstock and over to Thompson. It's 49 in Hebron, 38 in Plainville. Strange temperatures. Yeah, that Chester temperature messes up my color gradient, if you will. Moodus is 54. It's 45 degrees in North Stonington and 56 in Milford, 52 in Wallingford. And we have pleasant weather conditions in Fairfield County right now, where it's 58, already near 60 in Trumbull, 54 in Reading. Oh. How is it outside your house? It's pretty nice. So today's a winner. Notice the little chevron, we call it. The wind direction is coming from the southwest, and that comes across Long Island Sound. So sorry, Bridgeport, New Haven, Old Saybrook, New London. 55 to 60, 54 to 59 might even be a stretch. I think the wind actually makes it feel colder. Inland, the breeze is warm and delightful. No breezes yet, but they will eventually start to kick around. 60 to 66, 67, maybe 68 in Danbury. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? I think it's overdue, and I'm really happy about it. I'm really, really, really happy about it. Hope you are too. I'll go through future radar, and it shows fair weather today and tonight and tomorrow. The next chance of showers will be Wednesday. This is Tuesday night to Wednesday. I think this is a bit of a stretch. This is too early. Let's hold off on that. But we'll bring in clouds on Wednesday, and that'll bring a few showers, I think, Wednesday night. You see them here. Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, maybe even a rumble of thunder. The front is slow to pass. But here's the problem. And let me just go back a little bit. If you've been watching these feeds over the last couple months, I've had a lot of fun with them. And one of the things we like to dive into is this. And why won't it let me? I want to draw on my maps, and it won't let me. Oh, well. What I'm trying to see, if you look at this map, picture the big ridge in the west and the trough in the east, which is exactly how our jet stream looked all winter long, and that's why we were so cold. Why won't it let me draw anything? Okay, so the jet stream would be in this formation, allowing cold air to build down out of Canada again. That's why I showed you all those 40s in the 8 to 14 day time period. So we enjoy the warmth while we have it. Now, the question being, and there's always a question, and some of you have kind of already asked it. If the ridge and the trough set up like this, whoops. Let's try that again, Bob. Let's not have so much caffeine in the morning. If the jet stream were to set up in a position like this with a sharp trough, that could lend itself to snow, or at least the possibilities of snow. If it's more like Come on, I want to move it. If it's more like this, then it's just chilly. If it's like this, it can snow. We don't know the answer yet. That's why looking at 10 to 20-day forecasts of snowfall is just silly. Okay. So we'll get to that. In fact, we're going to leave this up because we'll get to the 10-day. The 10-day is really not that exciting. Okay, so let's answer some questions, which we like to do on a regular basis, and some comments too. Okay, so let's see how things are going. And we say hello to everybody who's checking in. Love it. Let's see. Carrie says, let the sun shine. Carrie, I'm with you. What is with these lights? I don't know. I'll have to find out because now this side of my face is really dark. So I'm just going to put it full screen. Hi, Bob. I had that miserable cold too. I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, Todd, I'm feeling good. About 90% probably. Loving the sunshine, says David Savino. Any relation to our Mike Savino? David says good morning. David always has intriguing questions about meteorology. Good morning. Beautiful morning up here at UConn. Yes, Rachel, I bet it is. Let's see. UConn men lose to Marquette, but they had the Big East tournament coming up. I think a loss is okay. Get the team fired up. Coach certainly was. Getting that technical foul. UConn women, of course, rolling to the Big East championship tonight versus Villanova. And of course, the spread is probably something like 24 points. I hate talking spreads. I don't gamble on sports. Men's hockey is kind of on life support now as far as the NCAA tournament. I think they better make some noise in the Hockey East tournament. The women have already advanced to the NCAA tournament in women's hockey. A lot of excitement. If I'm missing a sport, I'm sorry. Quinnipiac women have advanced, and the Yale women. 3 Connecticut schools in the NCAA tournament for women's hockey, and there's only 11 teams in the tournament. That's darn impressive. Just saying. Yes, Joanne. I won't say snow, at least not yet. Tracy says that's my plan, to get outside. I'm outside debating a fire. Yeah, Luke, it kind of smells nice and it's beautiful. Glad you're feeling better. What a beautiful, sunny, warm day. Yes, Debbie. Hello from Bolton. Stephen, hello from Bolton. I love Bolton. Big storm to the end of the month. Stephen, we don't know. Let's get past the Ides of March. Let's get by St. Patrick's Day, which if you looked at social media over the weekend, there was a big storm threat for St. Patrick's Day, and then that goes by the wayside and everybody forgets about it. It could also reappear. Storms and snow in March are not rare at all, so don't be surprised. When do we think the Bears will be out? Sarah, I'm already seeing videos of them. It's that time. They're hungry. Lots of mud, but let's get rid of the snow. Yes, Mary, I was definitely dealing with mud. And if you out there are a dog owner, you know how delightful it is when the snow melts. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. My family loves dogs. They love to pet the dogs and feed the dogs. They don't like to clean up after the dogs. It's always my job. I don't know what is going on with these lights. Oh, well. Never mind. You just said it. Yes, Sarah. Any more snow to come? Alexander, never say never. It's snowed in April, and it can snow in April. It's even snowed in May. So nothing in the short term screams snow, although I'll say I wouldn't be surprised if there was a few wet dendrites maybe later Thursday as the cold front goes by. Maybe in the hills, maybe in the Berkshires, but nothing to worry about at this moment. Not rare at all. Good morning. Enjoy the nice weather, Lynn. I'm with you on that one. Stephen laughs because he knows I was saying, oh, God, here we go. It's all, we can't enjoy what we have right this moment. We always got to look ahead to the next snowstorm. Beautiful day today. Yes, Connor. Yes. And Whitney says, thank you. You're feeling, yes, Whitney, I am. Thank you so much. Whitney Shackelford from the Bristol School District, namely Mountain View School. Hey, Ann, how are you? At one point, you posted the reality of not switching time twice a year. Could you repost it at some? I don't know if that was me, Ann. Somebody on the team did. Maybe I retweeted it. I'll look for it. I don't think it's great. I kind of like the 8:30 sunsets in the summer. Like our latest sunset would be like 7:30. I don't know. I love evenings in the summer. It's my favorite. It's okay as long as it's not below 30 degrees. Roberta, that can happen too. It can happen. We can go back, it's still winter. It's still winter, we have to remind everybody. Glad you're feeling better. Yeah, hearing of nasty rumors, snow around St. Patrick's Day. I don't see a huge signal for that right now, Shannon. There's been all sorts of stuff over the weekend, fodder for social media. Let's all pump the brakes. But it is still winter and it still can happen. And I think there's a much better chance of accumulating snows, plural, across northern New England. That's why I bring up the spring skiing. Time to get the mower ready. Tune-ups, can't wait. All right, Hank, maybe a couple. Hank, my deck is all crooked. I have an old Craftsman. It needs to be replaced, really. My wife won't let me. But everything is just old. It's really old. It's like 20 years old. The old LT 1200. You know the one I'm talking about. It's green with the little stripes. Yeah, that thing still gets it done. My snowblower, both tires were flat. I was pumping up snowblower tires. That's no fun. Kristen says, pretty mild in the south. Windsor had the window open for the cat. Yeah, why not, Kristen? It's going to be 65 today, 70 tomorrow. Windows open. Let the fresh air in. Torringford section, windows open at 42. Sandra, you, my friend, are aggressive. All right, windows open at 42. I'm going to wait till 52 or 62 before I do that. Thank you, Rose. I am feeling better. Partly sunny in New London. Wow, the camera shows it's mostly sunny. Passing clouds. I guess maybe there could be just a little fog burning off. Enjoy, Rose. Thanks for the update. It's going to be 85 in Florida today. Hopefully the golf ball goes straight. Reno, enjoy. My good buddy Reno. Enjoy, my friend. Hit them as straight as possible, but if it's crooked, go chase it down and hit it again. Good morning, Bob. We had snow in April before. Yes, it is. Raphael, it can snow. We've had snow as late as May, but let's not get crazy. Thoughts on swapping out the summer tires? Dave, you're pushing the envelope just a little bit. March 20 is when I say you could probably do that. I would wait till maybe 28 too. Saturday the 28th, you'd be all set. Unless I know you're trying to save some grip on your snow tires. All right, yeah, on your snow tires because they wear out a little bit faster, especially on those high performance sports vehicles or supercars. You could probably get away with it knowing that you might have to borrow a car if it snows a little bit, but usually it's just slush after March 20th. Andrew, thank you. I agree, Bob. I'm trying to convince people that the benefits of time change is actually worth the short-term effect. Yeah. There's a lot of stories over the weekend, and I don't understand how changing a clock 1 hour increases the incidence of stroke and heart attack. I just don't understand how there's a correlation. Maybe I'm just naive. It's 1 hour difference. Am I a little tired today? Yeah. But am I going to have a heart attack because of it? I hope not. I don't know. Does it stress people out that much? I mean, those are usually because of predetermined health issues, not because of time change. But hey, I guess we live and learn, don't we? Let's take a look. Someone was asking about the ice on Lake Erie, and it's not good. It looks like the sun's not quite high enough. Remember, the sun came up an hour later, but Dave was saying 53% coverage. That would make sense. It's been very warm out to our west. Bring it over and I'll service it for you, and it'll go another 5 years. Hank, that's a temptation. I might not be able to The older ones were better machines. Yeah, it's a Briggs and Stratton engine that just just runs great. It really does. It's quite a little lawnmower, and it gets the job done. And my father-in-law gave it to me because he doesn't have to mow lawns. Well, he didn't have to mow lawns for like 20 years. Now he does again, so he bought himself a nice Club Cadet. But I have the Craftsman. It gets the job done, but when your deck is not level, you get all sorts of weird cuts and stuff. And it feels like sometimes the deck digs in a little bit where the wheels are loose. I don't know. Lawnmowers are frustrating, but so needed. I'm loving the time change, says Carrie. Sunlight later in the day, totally worth it. Well, Carrie, I like the daylight in the morning because I'm on TV. And when you're on TV and it's dark, it doesn't really show us much. Let's see here. So 10-day forecast. Let's see if it goes to the 10-day. Yeah, let's take a look. We'll go through it together. Sorry, this side of my face is dark. Something's up with the light. Something's up with the light. But this light's on. Yeah. So here's your 10-day forecast. And it shows the incredible weather for today and tomorrow. Still mild, I believe, on Wednesday, 60 to 65 probably. Again, there could be a passing shower, but it doesn't take away from the niceness of the day. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to succumb. I'm not going to clean up the barbecue. Not going to do it. Not going to barbecue. It needs a hefty cleaning coming out of winter because I think some of our furry friends like to try to find shelter from the wind and the cold, and sometimes they find them inside your barbecue. You know where I'm coming from. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. So it takes a thorough cleaning before I cook on that thing. I'm pondering something new, though. How many of you have switched to a griddle? Instead of a grill, a griddle. I don't know if I'm totally psyched to have to clean it every time I'm done, like, the water and the scrubby thing. But these are super popular. You can cook a multitude of things. Like when I'm cooking vegetables on a grill and they're on a skewer, they always fall off, right? They get cooked, they get a little soft, and they fall off into the grill, like my onions fall. A little piece of pepper falls. I hate that. Skillet, I don't have to worry about that. But I also like having the charbroiled lines on a hamburger and a hot dog. A hot dog needs those little black lines on it. If you're doing a skillet, you don't get that. What do you guys use? I don't know. I'm asking. What do you guys do? Let's see. I totally get it. My husband's at work at 5 a.m. He feels the same. Yeah. We do our breakfast on I was going to name companies, but obviously that's the most popular one. I know. I could go out and do breakfast. Nice scrambled eggs and bacon and sausage. You have to season it after every use. See, that's what I'm a little weary of because sometimes I barbecue at 6 p.m. and I'm in bed by 6:45. And anything I have to do brings me down, takes my sleep away. I don't know, but it's something I'm definitely considering. I'll have to read up on it and make a educated choice. All right, so there's your 10-day forecast. Today and tomorrow are absolutely beautiful March days. Enjoy every minute. Showers, 1 or 2, maybe on Wednesday. Better chance Wednesday night to Thursday. Thursday, the front is slow to move through, so 55. But then Friday's cold. My kids like to use the griddle for some things, but the grill for other things. Oh, boy, Jane. That means I got to keep them both going. Double the propane. I know. I have natural gas in my house. I should pull a line from the road into the back of the barbecue. Then I wouldn't have to worry about filling up propane tanks. We have a grill basket for veggies. Carrie, I've talked about that. I know I've thought about doing that too. Still, I love it. You're feeling better, it seems, and flooding and ice jam worries seem to be not as concerning. Yeah, Greg, I'm going to watch them, though. Thanks for bringing that up. I meant to actually put this in the show, which was my bad. The time change is, of course, impacting me. But let's just take a look at, this is the Housatonic River, and this is updated information for Falls Village. I just want you to notice that the F is the forecasted short-term crest of 6.5 feet Wednesday morning. That's pretty close to flood stage, but it's not above it, and that's key. But if you live along the Hoos, you know that minor flooding can certainly happen. Let's see. This is probably for Stevenson Dam. Gaylordsville, yeah. Notice how same crest, but much lower, nowhere near flood stage. So that's good news. And of course, that's just for the Hoos. The Connecticut seems to be behaving right now, but we have to be careful. We have to watch out. There's going to be a lot of snow melt off to our north. My phone just made that sound like someone called me, and I don't even have to look because every call I get is spam. Just like every single day I get spam. And just stop calling me. It's amazing how much garbage you get every day. They never get through. Oh, it just drives me nuts. Yes, I am feeling better, Greg. We are continuing to monitor our rivers and streams. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of snow melt in the next 60 hours or so. So we'll continue to monitor the situation, but no, nothing seems imminent right now. We don't have any big rainstorms either, which is good. I think there's going to be the chance for some shower activity, but it doesn't look like a lot. And that's something we'll delve into a little bit more tomorrow. Will be how much rain can we get, let's say, in the next 5 days, and could it be snow? Right now, it doesn't look that way. In fact, I never even got through the entire 10-day forecast at all. First inland, and of course, we have the 2 beautiful days in a row. There's the showers and the cooler or colder air by Friday. Right now, I think Saturday, March sun's pretty amazing, and I think we've already felt it. You'll feel it the next couple. So the sun comes out on Saturday, and it's really a marginally chilly air mass. So we're able to go from about freezing up into the 40s, maybe low 50s. Sometimes even the model data struggles with how strong the sun is. And if the wind direction is optimal, like west, we can spike. So 40s and lower 50s maybe on Saturday. So if you want to play some paddle or some pickleball or something, or spring skiing, of course, our skiers will be open for several more weekends, I hope. They got to maximize, and the spring conditions are so much fun. Like Saturday would be just awesome to have like reggae fest at sundown or something. Then Sunday, Monday, a fast-moving system zips by with some scattered showers. We definitely chill out. St. Patrick's Day has been pointed at as being a colder than normal day, and that whole jet stream that I showed you a little while ago gets set up. So cold Tuesday and Wednesday, and chilly at the shore too. Notice how the shoreline is nowhere near 70. Water's just too cold, so it's chilly today and tomorrow, but still very pretty. You can sit out in the sun and still absorb some vitamin D, but it just won't be as warm as it will be inland. So there's that. Time to take the Harley out, says Brian. With towns using less sand, I get it. The salt kind of, I brought this up many times this winter, is that where does it all go? It can't be good for us. But we have to treat the roads for safety. But man, do we treat. Not sure magnesium chloride and all that stuff is really that good for us. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let me just tell Anthony I'm signing off. Signing off now. The computer I'm using has been upgraded, and it means I have to allow Anthony to prepare his 11 a.m. on it. So that brings us to And I certainly hope everyone has a great one. Let me just get rid of these comments. And yeah, Greg, it's floating around over the weekend. We'll see. I don't know what the sun angle is, David, but it feels good to me. David's saying the sun angle has to be 35 degrees. I'm not exactly sure what the sun angle is today. I didn't do the research on that. But all I know is that it feels good, and I think it helps us. And I know when you spring ski, you're getting a sun tan, sunburn, so it's doing something. So it's strong enough to make us feel better. That's for sure. So David, we'll have to look into that. With that, we will sign off and say thank you for stopping by on this Monday. Appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. And always remember, especially with spring fever taking hold, let's make sure we do something nice for someone else. Let's be kind. Be kind. It's simple. Have a good one.